Every week in 2026, there's a new AI model launching. But here's the thing. Most of them won't change your life, and honestly, you don't need to care about all of them. Look, I get it. The AI space moves fast. Like, stupidly fast. New models drop constantly, each one claiming to be better, smarter, faster than the last. Your feed is flooded with announcements. OpenAI releases something. Google drops something. Meta's in there. Some startup you've never heard of just raised $100 million, and they're promising to revolutionize everything. It's overwhelming. And the worst part? A lot of these models are genuinely impressive from a technical standpoint, but they don't actually change what you can do or what your business can do. So today, we're cutting through the noise. I'm going to walk you through the types of AI models launching this year, help you figure out which ones are actually worth paying attention to, and most importantly, I'll show you how to tell the difference between hype and something that genuinely matters. Let's start with what's actually happening in 2026. We're seeing launches across basically every category. You've got frontier models. These are the big, general-purpose AI systems from the major players. You've got specialized models built for specific tasks like coding, image generation, or voice. You've got open-source models that anyone can download and run themselves. And you've got smaller, more efficient models designed to run on your phone or your laptop without needing the cloud. Now, the frontier models are getting the most attention, and I understand why. These are the ones trained on massive amounts of data with enormous computing power behind them. They're usually a bit smarter than what came before. But here's where most people get confused. A model being technically smarter doesn't mean it's useful to you. A frontier model might be 1% better at reasoning than last year's version. That sounds cool in a benchmark, but in real life, you might not notice the difference at all. Then there's the hype cycle. A new model drops. Tech Twitter goes absolutely wild for 48 hours. Someone writes a viral post about how it's going to replace human workers, and then 3 days later, everyone moves on to the next thing. The model itself is fine. It's useful, but it's not revolutionary. It's just incremental progress. And that's actually healthy. That's how technology works. But the way it's covered makes everything sound like a revolution. So how do you actually figure out which models matter? Here's my framework. First, ask yourself, does this solve a problem I actually have? This is huge. If you're a software engineer, a new code generation model might genuinely change your workflow. If you're a writer, a better language model might actually help you. But if you're just casually curious about AI, you probably don't need to test every single new release. Second, look at adoption. If a model launches and within a month, thousands of developers are building on top of it, that's a signal. Not a guarantee, but a signal. If it launches and the only people using it are the people who built it, well, that tells you something too. Third, consider the actual innovation. Is this model better because of a genuine breakthrough? Or is it just better because they threw more compute at it? Sometimes that matters. Sometimes it doesn't. A breakthrough in how models learn or how they're trained. That's the kind of thing that might matter for years. A model that's just bigger and slightly more accurate? That's fine, but it's not changing the game. Fourth, think about accessibility. A model that only costs $1,000 to run per day isn't useful to most people. A model that's open source and can run on your laptop? That's different. A model you can access through an API for a few cents? That's different again. The distribution matters as much as the capability. Now, let me be specific about what I'm actually watching in 2026. In the frontier space, we're probably going to see OpenAI, Google, Anthropic, and maybe one or two others pushing harder on reasoning and planning. These models will get better at multi-step tasks. That's useful, but the difference between them is probably going to be smaller than the marketing would have you believe. In specialized models, I'm more excited. Better coding models, better image generation, better video models. These have immediate, practical applications. If you're using these tools professionally, these launches actually matter to you. Open source models are huge. The democratization of AI is real. Models that used to only be available from big labs are now available for anyone to run. That's genuinely transformative, not just for individuals, but for how AI gets deployed in the world. Smaller, more efficient models are underrated. Everyone wants to talk about the biggest, smartest model. But the model that can run on your phone and do something useful? That's often more valuable. That's what actually gets adopted at scale. Here's what I'd recommend. Don't try to keep up with every single launch. That's a losing game. Instead, Pick one or two areas that matter to you. If you're a developer, follow coding model developments. If you're creative, follow image and video models. If you're just interested in the frontier of what's possible, follow the big labs. But be skeptical of the hype. Be skeptical of benchmarks. And most importantly, actually try things. Don't just read about them. Use them. See if they actually help you. One more thing. A lot of these models launching in 2026 are going to be incremental improvements on things that already exist. That's not a bad thing. Incremental progress compounds. But it's not revolutionary. The truly revolutionary moments in AI are rare. They happen when someone figures out something fundamentally new. Most of what you're seeing is refinement. And refinement is good. It's how we actually build useful technology. But it's not the same as a breakthrough. So when you see a new model launch, ask yourself these questions. Does it solve a problem I have? Is it actually being adopted? Is it a genuine innovation or just more of the same with better numbers? Can I actually use it? And most importantly, does it change what I can do? If the answer is yes to most of those, it probably matters. If the answer is mostly no, you can probably skip it. And that's totally fine. You don't need to be an expert on every AI model. You just need to know which ones are relevant to you. Thanks for watching. If you want to stay ahead of what actually matters in AI without getting lost in the hype, hit that subscribe button. We break down the stuff that's actually useful, not just the stuff that trends on Twitter. See you in the next one.